Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, you guys joining us to talk about all of these big things is Professor Alan Dershowitz. Professor Dershowitz, which one do you want to start with, the two biggies?
Well, which one in our studio is right and which one is wrong?
Well, I think the far more important issue, obviously, is Iran. And I think,
yes.
I've known Bibi now, it's probably 55 years. I've known President Trump for a long time. I have no doubt that the reason he's coming is to give him intelligence that he won't give in any other way except in person in the Oval Office.
You mean the dome of silence comes down?
Yeah. Well, about Israel's preparedness and the preparedness of others, because, if they attack Iran, Iran will counter. And Iran, although it doesn't have nuclear power, it has lots and lots and lots of very deadly rockets. So before any serious action can be considered against Iran, Iran is not Venezuela, they have to make sure that all their defenses are in order. Now, we don't know whether if all the defenses are in order, and if Bibi says to President Trump, do it. The only way of securing peace in the Middle East is to have regime change. We don't know whether he'll do it or not. After all, he ran on a campaign of no regime change and no involvement in long wars. And there are some people telling him that an attack on Iran can't be a one day like Venezuela, or even a one day like the day when the United States bombed the nuclear facilities with their B-2s. So I don't think any of us knows at this point what the substance of the meeting is going to be, and more importantly, what the outcome of the meeting is going to be. I tell you what I hope for. I want to see regime change. I think the only way and the best way to secure a permanent peace in the Middle East, permanent peace, is to get rid of the mullahs, institute some kind of a democratic regime, make Iran an ally of the United States as it was for many years, and that would end the Houthis, that would end Hamas, that would end Hezbollah, and it would bring about a real peace in the Middle East, and even potentially some kind of a solution to the Israel-Palestine issue. It's the key. Getting rid of Iran is the key.
Professor Dershowitz, you just talked about obviously intel. It's interesting because Iran has come out in the last, I think it's like 24, 48 hours and said they're not giving up their nuclear development. They are clearly sort of thumbing their nose at the, at any sort of form of peace. I mean, and where do you go from there?
Well, they're smarter than that. If they said categorically we're not giving up nuclear, I think Trump would issue the order to attack. What they're saying is we're prepared maybe to go down to 60% enrichment, which basically is going back to the deal that Trump opposed. The only difference would be there'd be no sunset provision, so Trump could say, look, it's a much better deal, and it would be a better deal, but it wouldn't be good enough, not good enough.
So it's going to be interesting to see because Trump has clearly said there should be regime change. And don't you feel, Professor Dershowitz, knowing the region so well, this is a moment. I mean, it's extraordinary. You everybody feels it. I mean, you've got all the assets, the military U.S. might in the region, and then you have all these protesters there on the ground that really are rising up like we have never seen before, at least in modern times.
I agree with you. And if he misses this moment, President Trump will be blamed historically for missing a great opportunity and a great moment. I'm not suggesting he's going to do it, but I know he's getting some pressure from within his administration to let this moment pass by. That would be a tragic mistake for America, for the Middle East, for peace, and for the Trump legacy. That would be a terrible, terrible mistake. This has to end with a regime change. If it maintains the mullahs in control, we have another 20 years of warfare, another 20 years of terrorism, of rockets. It's a disaster.
Judge Weinberg.
Good to talk to you again, Alan. One of my problems is what's going on in Gaza. From everything I read, Hamas is reconsolidating itself. It's seizing control of areas and of the population. They're being terrorized. And they have to go. Hamas has to go. And I don't see them being relieved. And I'm not very happy with this protocol they're talking about, this agency of peace, where you have people like Pakistan and Turkey and Qatar represented. I don't trust those people at all.
I agree, because the people pulling the strings of those are Iran. And, you don't deal with Gaza except if you get rid of the current mullahs in Iran. If you get rid of the current mullahs in Iran, Gaza will solve itself. And so will Hezbollah solve itself. So will the Houthis. It will be the end of terrorism, because these terrorist groups can't exist without Iran. And so you got to get, just to use the cliche that's been used so often, the head of the snake. And the head of the snake is in Tehran. And so it has to be done. Failure to do that will just guarantee Hamas comes back, Hezbollah comes back, the Houthis continue to fire on American ships. And you can't go after the symptoms of the disease. You got to go after the cause of the disease, and that's Iran. And I know President Trump understands that. And the question is, can he resist the pressures of people in his administration who are saying, we don't want a long war, you promised this, you promised that. No, this is the moment. And if this moment is past, it will be a disaster.
Yes.
Well, go ahead, Rita.
Yeah, I was going to say, Professor Dershowitz, thank you very, very much. We so appreciate it and always love your, and I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. It'll be interesting to get a gauge of something soon.
We won't know. We won't know what happened tomorrow. We'll know maybe a few days later. Right. And action speaks louder than words.
I was going to say, Sophie, I thought the exact same thing.
Professor,
great minds run in the same gutter, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Professor.
Professor, thank you so much.
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now, is a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Payne Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.